Heyo everybody, Haku here with my review of One Piece Chapter 862, The Consummate Thinker. Now, I really did like this one. I like that we're getting straight into the wedding, and all it's making me think is that we're going to get this cool cliffhanger next week with whatever goes on. I guess the picture's going to get smashed or whatever. And then, of course, as soon as we get that cliffhanger, bam, we're going to be off a week for Golden Week. That's all I can think about is next week's cliffhanger is going to kill us. But talking about this week, we have Shanks and Buggy on the request cover, which I thought was pretty cool because I like when the request cover at least, I don't really like the request covers that much. I'd rather have a cover story arc like we've had in the past. But if we're going to have request covers, I like it when it's characters that we don't get to see that often or that we haven't seen in a while. So I'm cool with that. Also, I love at the beginning seeing Jinbei show some more range in his emotion where he's just raging at trying to wake Luffy up. And just the excuses of, well, he did run around the forest for a while, keeps reminding me again and again that Cracker should be at this wedding. He should be all healed up 100% again, because he beat the crap out of Luffy. Luffy is fine. And this whole time that Luffy's fine, Luffy fought a bunch of other people. Luffy was trapped in a cell for a while with no medical care. The Big Mom pirate crew, owning this whole country and stuff, they have to have the worst medical care ever to not have Cracker up and running by now. He took one hit. This man took one hit. He definitely needs to be up by now. If he isn't up by now, either he is way, way weaker than what they said he was and what he was portrayed to be in his fight against Luffy, or they just, again, have the worst medical care ever. Even without medical care, I feel like he should be up and running perfectly fine by now if Luffy is. I feel like they really, Oda, please don't hobbit my man Cracker here. I'm not even a fanboy for Cracker, but it's just, to me, the logic is if Luffy's been through all of this since their fight and Luffy's healed up, then Cracker, who has not been through all of this since their fight, should definitely be healed up. And then I love the page setup with Sanji and Pudding coming down, where you have the panel on one side of Pudding's thoughts and one on the other side of Sanji's thoughts, and then what they're actually saying out loud in the middle. I really like the way Oda set up that page so that the panels were like that. I just thought that was really, really interesting. The wedding cake gets summoned, and I do love the Underworld Lords, seeing them and their reactions and everything. But I kind of dislike Streusel. I feel like he's pretty boring. He has one of the crappier One Piece designs. Because you know when you see a good One Piece design, you're like, oh, that's really creative and cool. And then you see the hundreds, dozens of really bad One Piece designs, and it really makes you care a lot less and like the character a lot less. That's what Streusel's doing for me. He's one of the bad One Piece designs. Also, it's interesting to me that Reiju is... Of course, she already knows what's going on, so she's specifically looking for this, where she's like, we're sat in the middle, we don't have any weapons, the other tables are pretty clear away from us, everybody else is armed. But it's interesting to me that none of the Vinsmokes, they're supposedly leading this Germa 66 army, none of them have the mental acuity or awareness to notice this. None of them notice we're sitting in the middle with everybody else spread out away from us. We're in a bad situation if they turn on us. It's just a bit odd to me that they're so gullible and unaware of what's going on around them. That to me, just showing that Reiju understands that makes it even more apparent that it's just weird that the Vinsmokes aren't more wary of Big Mom. Then we see, I do love the altar panel. I thought that looked really good. And I like as well that we got straight into the wedding. We didn't mess around very much. We just went straight into it. Katakuri then sees the future. The compliment from Sanji saying that Pudding is beautiful causes her to cry. And we get a bit of a backstory that helps us sympathize with the character a bit. I'm still hoping she doesn't make a full good turn. I think that Pudding is a bit too messed up to make a full good turn, but I think it'd be interesting if she is going in, for herself and starts doing things for herself here. But one thing, I just think that it's so predictable to make Pudding a good guy. Everybody was saying, oh, Pudding's gonna actually be good. And then when it turned out that she was a traitor, everybody was like making excuses of why maybe she could still be good. Maybe she has two personalities. Maybe the third eye controls her and makes her do bad things. I really think that the idea of making her good is just so easy and so predictable that she should definitely be evil. I think making her a good character is far too predictable. Then the priest, of course, tries to go in for the kill. So does Katakuri. Sanji dodges it. Katakuri hits the priest. Judge finally notices shit is off. Took him long enough. Katakuri rushes to go to Big Mom's side and tells her, some shit's going down, but even though I can see it, I cannot stop what's about to happen. Probably in reference to Luffy popping out and knowing that she'd get pissed off about the wedding cake. I doubt he can see far enough because they say it's only a few seconds. Doubt he can see far enough to see the picture getting broken. But it's interesting that he's like, okay, Big Mom probably going to be out of commission in one way or another. I'm going to have to try to protect her, but I can't stop what's going to happen to the painting or the cake. The picture of the cake. And then, of course, Luffy and the clones pop out of the cake. And I really like that, because at first I and many others were thinking Luffy was going to jump out of the cake. But to actually bring the mirror clone idea back and actually make some use of that and use the mirror clones, I think that was actually really good. Somebody brought up in the comments, I haven't had time to answer them or look back yet. That's something I should have done before recording, so I'm sorry. But somebody mentioned, aren't the mirror clones supposed to be, well, mirrored? Like the scar on Luffy's right eye should be on his left or something. And I think so. I think they are supposed to be mirrored like that. So if they're not mirrored like that, then that might just be just a little mistake that Oda forgot or something. Everybody's human. You can sort of forget and make easy mistakes like that sometime. I'm pretty sure Oda's even made small mistakes before that he's gone back and changed in the volume releases, or just said later on that, hey guys, just ignore that, I kind of screwed up on one of the drawings. But either way, talking about this chapter as a whole, I thought it was a good chapter. I liked the pace. It had a really nice quick pace that I think sometimes One Piece goes way too slow with the pacing, so I liked how quick we went here. Things I feel like are going to get pretty crazy now, especially with the whole 10 seconds thing being stressed so much. I thought that we were going to have a really slow pace going into this. But no, I like the way it went, and things are going to get even crazier. And then, of course, the end of next week's going to friggin' kill us with a cliffhanger. Just because why wouldn't Oda? You know Oda's going to hit us with that cliffhanger. But hopefully, we're not having a full good turn for Pudding, I hope. If we do, it is what it is, and I'm sure Oda can write it perfectly fine. But I think it's too boring or too predictable. Too boring. Predictable is arguable, but it's definitely too boring for Pudding to be a good guy. That is the boring way to go with somebody who has her powers. Somebody with her powers, she could make a brilliant villain. She could make a great, possibly one of the best villains or best antagonists in One Piece, with somebody with her power and backstory and everything. So I think a bad Pudding, or at least a in for herself kind of Pudding, would be a really cool character to see. But yeah, like I said, next week Cliffhanger's going to be rough, and for this week as a score, I'm going to 8.5 wedding cakes, or weddings gone wrong or right, depending on whose side you're on with it. I guess gone wrong either way. I mean, it hasn't. Sanji's alive, so maybe it's gone right for him. This wedding has gone to shit. But 8.5 out of 10 is what I thought about this. I thought it was really good. I liked the pacing and everything, like I said, but it wasn't, like, really a great One Piece chapter like some of the others we've had. But either way, I guess that's it. So, like if you did like the video, and comment down there to tell me what you thought of this week's chapter and what you thought of my thoughts on it. I suppose subscribe as well if you're not already for more One Piece, both anime and manga, and a bunch of other things on the channel. And follow on Twitter if you want, so try to keep you updated there, stuff for the channel. That is it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.